それでは皆様こんにちは。アズマコーポレーションのダニエル佐々木と申します。本日はですね、イタリアのマルケ州よりアルベルト・グエリエリさんをお迎えして中継を実際に今結んでおりますので、そちらの方でインタビュー形式で行わせていただきたいと思っております。ではご紹介しましょう。マルケの生産者アジェンダアグラリア・グエリエリのアルベルトさん。Hi Alberto.
Hello Daniel. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
Yeah, I'm very fine, thank you. Now we are going to talk about your three wine, and that is Bian Keッロdel Metauro, Speriaーレ and San Gioveーゼ
Okay.
Coッリペサレージ, the three wine. So before that, I want you to introduce about yourself, your winery, about you can also talk about your region, Marche.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Yes.
my name is Alberto and I represent now the sixth generation of our family farm Guerrieri. We are an all-round farm because we control in total 200 hectares of our own land and we diversify as real farmers our land in vineyard, olive trees and grain cultivation. What we do in our farm is controlling the entire chain of the production, starting from the cultivation of the land and arriving at the production of our aliment that we make here. So from our vineyard, inside our own cellar, we make our own wines. From our olive trees cultivation, we cultivate our olives and we obtain our extra virgin olive oil inside our olive miller in our farm. And from our grain, from our cereal, we produce our own pasta. Since sixth generation from my father part, from my grandfather, and since 15 generation from my grandmother, we are farmers here in Marche, especially in the north part of Marche. Marche is located exactly in the heart position of Italy. So if you put Italy in a body and you look where is the heart, you find Marche. We are the region in Italy with the highest quantity of hills. The 72% of our surface is all hills, okay? And hills is great for farming because in a hill you can find different direction of sun constantly, different humidity, different wind exposition and sun exposition. So it's really perfect for biodiversity. Marche has the Adriatic Sea nearby, okay? The mountain in the west part, hills in the middle, and we have a really important river that cross all our valley. So in this microclimate, we farm our land and we dedicated our vineyard to mainly two grapes that are really something biodiversity, something particular here. In the white grapes, we have Biankello, and for the red grapes, we have our variety of San Gioveーゼ. All the farm, in total, we are 35 employees that work stable inside our farm, controlling all this chain and all this production. Okay, our mission is to produce healthy food, healthy wine, trying to bring the knowledge of the people, of the consumer, that there is a little family farm controlling everything from the cultivation of the land until the sales of the product.
Okay, thank you very much. We understood very well. And we will talk about the Bian Keッロdel Metauro now. So you explained about your local particular variety named Biankello. So what kind of variety is Biankello?
Biankello grape is a white grape typical of our area, of our land located in Marche, here where we are, and is an ancient white grape cultivated here. There are some philosophers that wrote about Biankello, speaking about the really important battle that happened here during the Roman Empire in the 207 before Christ, and already in that time we were speaking about Bianchello and about the potentiality of this white wine in our land. It's a white grape that is unique. Is a white grape that permits to produce a wine usually perfect to drink together with some fish. It's a white wine, the Bianchello, that have a characteristic of freshness and drinkability as uniqueness. Usually the characteristic of the Bianchello are this white flower and white fruitiness aroma, really delicate, and an harmony that we are able to find between the nose and the tasting together. And harmony like is in harmony our paysage of hills, okay? Always with delicate aroma and with this freshness, this saltiness that is really well balanced. Thanks to the Adriatic Sea, to our sea that is located nearby us, there's a great influence in our soil.
Okay, thank you, Alberto. Now we are going to taste your Bianchello. There's very floral aromas, and we can feel the nose of peach, like pear.
Exactly.
Very pleasant.
The characteristic of the nose is always this clean aroma of spring, okay, that you find inside the glass. Now this is a vintage 2018, and so the super freshness of the white floral flower and white fruitiness aroma became to evolve and develop with a bit more elegance even and a deeper level, okay?
And I also feel some sapidiness, which is come from the sea. I see the Adriatic Sea.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. Imagine that all the Adriatic Sea is 10 kilometers from here, and we have a lot of wind from northeast constantly coming in our vineyard, and this brings a lot of saltiness in our soil. This saltiness we always feel in our Bianchello, both in nose and even in tasting. It's a characteristic of our Bianchello, of the nearby sea, and it's a perfect, in my advice, way to then permit to this wine to drink this wine with something a little bit more fat, or something like, you know, a fish that is combined together.
Right. So according to the pairings with the food, what kind of food do you recommend?
In this case, I would recommend it. What is more classic in our area has fished classic fish with some potatoes in oven, some extra virgin olive oil on the top, when you can feel all the flavor of the fish, and you combine it with this sapidity. It's like if the fish come back in the sea, okay? It's all balanced together.
I see. So maybe in Japanese food, I would suggest sushi, of course, but it could be well with, for example, dorado, steamed dorado with salt, just only. Yes, it could be a perfect match with this kind of dish.
I would love to drink it in Japan now with some good sushi as well.
Yes. Thank you very much. Now maybe we can move on the superiore.
Yes, sir.
So about this superiore, you're using the same variety such as Bianchello, but what is the main difference?
The main difference is that first the age of the vineyard here is really older respect the other. So we have more complex trees that goes to more complex plant that goes to produce this wine. the production is really lower respect to the first for the first wine, and we decrease the quantity produced in the vineyard, passing through each single plant. And this decrease of quantity bring the plant to focus its own energy in a less quantity of grape produced. And so there is more power on those grape, more intensity, more work that is done for the plant. Okay? Usually there is a 40% of production less respect the other wine.
I see. Even on the nose, I feel the intensity is totally different than the other.
That's true. There is a peak of aroma that raise so high. This is just work made from the plant, so from nature. And then in the vinification, we always have only still contact, even for this wine. The little contact with the skin that we have, okay, and this fermentation that is a bit longer respect the other, bring a development of deeper flavor. Okay, we can feel it. We can feel it in a really way. The elegance of the wine is kept in the same way. Okay, the balance even of the nose, the fruitiness raise up.
Yes. I would say on the nose I can feel some like a peach, of course, but yellow fruits, yellow stone fruits like apricot.
Exactly.
Yellow peach.
Exactly. Yeah. Peach, apricot. Here we have a bit sweeter fruit respect before, and always with this balance. Okay, a bit of straw, a bit of herbs that is really delicate that came up even, and when we drink it, we feel again this deep aroma that arrive in the mouth, and again the minerality raise up, and we have even some dry fruit feeling, like a bit of almond at the end. Okay.
Yeah, right.
And this is a characteristic when the Bianchello is superiore. This Bianchello has been dedicated to my great-grandfather, Celso Guerrieri. And this is why it's called Celso. It's because he already believed since years on the potentiality of this white grape, of this unique grape of Bianchello.
That's a great wine. I like it very much.
Thank you.
So, about the pairings, so maybe fish, of course, but I would suggest some like white meat, like chicken or...
This chicken will be perfect pairing in this way. In Italy we have a classic way to make chicken that is usually with a bit of lemon around, rosemary inside, extra virgin olive oil in oven. Okay, or in a classic pot with some vegetable cut nearby. Okay, where we have a classic rustic chicken that you can eat without so many sauces. This is the classic way in Italy, but I don't know in Japan.
That make me very hungry. Just only listening your story. So in Japan, I think yakitori. Yakitori will be the perfect match with this, and even we don't assassinate with a lot of sauces. Just only charcoal grill with salt and a bit of lemon, if you want.
Great.
Yeah, in the simple way, it will be perfect. I think.
I believe it will be perfect as well.
Yeah, that's very good. And even with pork, I think.
Yeah,
pork
some more fat meat can perfectly be balanced again from this sapidity and this freshness that the wine still has, even if it's a 2018. I really love to see how the Bianchello develop during the year. When you start from fruitiness and the peak of freshness at the beginning of the year, you can drink something in your mouth. when you wait some months, you see a beautiful development with always this acidity and minerality that is kept balanced and fresh and is always at the end of the mouth of the drink. So it's something that I really love for.
Right. So thank you very much. So now we are going to the last one, Saint Sangiovese, Coッリペサレージ.
Yes.
So yes, here you are.
So we almost everybody knows Sangiovese because it's one of the most famous red grapes in the center of Italy. But what I want to underline here that in Italy you can find different style of Sangiovese. Depending if you are more north, like Emilia-Romagna, or you are more west, like Tuscany, you have completely different style. Here in Marche, what we love for a Sangiovese, first of all, is bring exactly the fruitiness of our variety that we can feel in the vineyard, this pulp red aroma from the vineyard directly in the glass. This is our mission, bringing the most clean flavor, aroma that we already receive from our nature. A lot of the time Sangiovese can be a little bit tough, a little bit too much aggressive, I think. There are different styles. Here we love this drinkable way and this clean fruity aroma of the Sangiovese with more a kind of smooth presence of tannins, not too strong and not too aggressive, okay?
I see. Yeah, as you said, there's a very good primary aromas like red fruits and even a little bit black fruits maybe. But
that's true.
Yes, it's a combination of several fruits, I think.
Exactly.
And yeah, mainly it's like a dark cherry.
That's true.
And
even the color, as you see, Daniel, is a little bit more darker respect the classic Sangiovese. This is because we have really nice skin here of our variety of Sangiovese, and the contact with this intense skin bring this deepness, both aroma and both, of course, color.
I think that is the purest Sangiovese I ever seen, I ever tasted before. Normally, as you said, the Sangiovese is like more or less Tuscany image with blended or aged in oak or super Tuscany wine.
Yeah. That's true. But this is a characteristic of our Sangiovese, okay? This is pure must flower, so grapes harvest, squeezed, steel tanks, 2019 vintage, low alcohol. So it's a clean red wine, really clear, really transparent in its own way of speaking. It's a red wine that is for everybody because everybody can understand this wine, and it's a red wine that is really versatile because this red aroma that we taste in the nose, as you said, we feel it back even in our mouth. But feel how it's clean from these smooth tannins with not too much aggression. And this brings to this wine to be really versatile. For example, in Italy, here, we start from an aperitif during this winter time, okay? You just cut some cheese and some sausage, dry sausage, and you have a perfect pairing with this kind of classic Sangiovese. Or, with my grandmother, I asked for a typical tagliatella pasta at ragu, okay? Red sauce with a bit of meat, and you pair this kind of red wine that is juicy, clean for most of the people, okay? What about in Japan?
I think that will be a perfect match. But in Japan, we don't have an aperitif culture, unfortunately.
That's true.
So that's difficult. And we have a typical Japanese dish called okonomiyaki.
Okay.
Have you ever tried it?
I don't know.
Maybe yes.
Maybe I tried with you, I don't remember the name yet.
You have a hot plate in front of you and you bake the okonomiyaki. It's a kind of a paste cake and it's like a pancake. But with a lot of vegetables and meat inside and sometimes fish or calamari.
Beautiful.
And we put the special sauce, which is a little bit sweet and salty at the same time.
Wow.
And yeah, that is a very good dish, a traditional Japanese dish.
Nice.
So I think with this okonomiyaki could go very well.
Beautiful. Don't forget even, for example, for a classic margherita, for a classic pizza. When you don't want to drink beer and you want something juicy, red and clean,
right.
This can be a perfect combination. I have a lot of local pizza restaurants here nearby us that pair this kind of San Giove with it.
I agree with you. The pizza will be a perfect match. And even the Sangiovese could be served a little bit chilled, right?
That's true, that's true. Especially in the summer period, mainly. During the winter, I perfectly drink it at normal temperature, but chill it down a bit is great during the summer. So it's perfectly even a summer red wine without any problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to stock your wine to the daily wine in my cellar.
Great.
Thank you very much, Alberto.